This video critiques historical and geographical claims made in the public domain. It does not attack any individuals, organizations, or belief systems. All analysis is based on verifiable sources, academic literature, and open historical records. Viewers are encouraged to think critically and evaluate evidence for themselves. A viral belief claims that the Philippines is not only the biblical land of Ophir, the source of Solomon's gold, but also Tarshish and even the original Garden of Eden. You've seen the headlines. Artificial intelligence confirms it, historians hid the truth, maps prove it all. The videos are dramatic, the imagery is powerful, and the claim feels empowering, suggesting that Filipino identity is rooted in divine legacy. But is it true? This video doesn't exist to mock, belittle, or insult. It exists to ask one important question: what does the evidence actually say? Because when history becomes tangled with fantasy, we don't elevate our past, we erase it. In this documentary, we'll explore biblical geography, trade networks, archaeology, animal migration, and yes, even the limitations of artificial intelligence, to uncover whether the Philippines truly is the lost land of Ophir, or if this is another case of beautiful fiction wrapped in cultural pride. The Bible offers a critical geographic clue about Ophir's location. Solomon's fleet launched from Ezion-Geber, a port on the Red Sea. 1 Kings chapter 9 verse 26. That wasn't poetic, it was practical. From the Red Sea, ancient sailors had access to a known maritime corridor, down the Arabian coast, around the Horn of Africa, to East Africa and India. These were the commercial superhighways of the ancient world. To reach the Philippines, however, you'd need to cross the Indian Ocean, navigate the Strait of Malacca, and brave the South China Sea, waters far beyond Hebrew or Phoenician reach at the time. There's zero archaeological evidence of Israelite, Egyptian, or Phoenician presence in or near the Philippines. No pottery, no inscriptions, no ports, no shipwrecks, no Hebrew coins. The idea that King Solomon's navy traveled 6,000 plus kilometers through uncharted waters without recorded contact is, quite frankly, implausible. Geography matters, and the Bible places Ophir within a reachable maritime range. The Philippines isn't. The theory that the Philippines is Ophir often rests on medieval and Renaissance maps like the Hereford Mappa Mundi, Terran Map, or Sulter World Map. These maps weren't scientific, they were symbolic. Designed centuries after Solomon's time, these works placed paradise in the east not because of exploration, but because early Christian theology said that Eden rose with the sun. These maps also show unicorns, dog-headed men, and mythical islands. They're religious art, not field surveys. What's more, the labels cited as Ophir are often misread or completely unconnected to Philippine geography. No serious cartographer or historian today uses these maps to locate actual ancient sites. Using them as primary proof is like citing a Tolkien map to confirm Middle-earth exists. Respect the artistry, yes, but don't confuse mythic design with geographic reality. Real maps, based on archaeology, navigation, and satellite data, show no evidence of ancient Hebrew or Phoenician contact with the Philippines. The theory also leans heavily on Spanish missionaries from the 16th and 17th centuries, names like Father Francisco Colon, Antonio Galvao, and Gregorio Garcia. These men speculated that the Philippines could be Ophir, Tarshish, or Havilah. But let's be clear, they were not historians, geographers, or archaeologists by modern standards. Their writings were theological reflections meant to frame Spain's colonization of the Philippines within a biblical narrative. They didn't cite evidence, they cited faith. And their claims came 1,500 years after Solomon's time. None of these men had access to ancient maps, trade manifests, or physical evidence from Israelite expeditions. Worse, their writings are often misquoted online, pulled out of context to appear definitive. A priest suggesting maybe this is Ophir is not the same as proof. If speculation from colonial clergy were enough, then we'd have to consider countless other locations also guessed to be biblical lands. That's not how serious history works. 1 Kings chapter 10 verse 22 tells us what came from Ophir: gold, silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks. Let's look deeper. Peacocks are native to the Indian subcontinent, not the Philippines. Elephants, for ivory, were traded from India and East Africa, not Southeast Asia. The apes likely referred to baboons, which are not native to the Philippines either. Sure, the Philippines had gold, but so did dozens of other ancient civilizations. What we lack are the other items. No archaeological evidence suggests that the Israelites or Phoenicians ever received such cargo from Southeast Asia. No trade records, shipping logs, or port descriptions mention the Philippines. Meanwhile, the coasts of Africa and India are overflowing with relevant findings: Phoenician anchors, gold mines, and carved artifacts. This matters because biblical Ophir wasn't just mythical, it had known exports. And those exports align perfectly with Africa and India. The biology and archaeology speak clearly. The Philippines doesn't match the shipping manifest of Ophir. Lately, the theory has gone digital. Some claim that AI, like Google's Gemini or OpenAI's ChatGPT, has peer-reviewed the idea and agrees that the Philippines is Ophir. This is a misunderstanding of how AI works. These systems don't conduct research. They respond based on the data and tone of the prompts they receive. If you feed it 300 pages asserting that the Philippines is Ophir, it will reflect that position in its summary, because it's trained to be helpful, not skeptical. This is not confirmation, it's repetition. AI doesn't perform fieldwork. It doesn't dig up artifacts or analyze ancient scripts. No academic peer-reviewed journal accepts AI opinion as substitute for empirical evidence. The idea that 5 AI models agree sounds impressive, but it means nothing if they're just parroting unverified input. When used responsibly, artificial intelligence can summarize or cross-reference facts. But when it's used as a stamp of truth, it becomes a dangerous illusion. Truth isn't voted on by bots. It's proven in the ground. The real tragedy of this theory isn't just that it's wrong, it's that it overshadows what's truly amazing about Filipino history. You don't need to be Ophir to be remarkable. The Philippines has Calo Man, dated to 67,000 years ago. It has the Balangay boats of Butuan, proof of ancient seafaring. It has the Laguna copperplate inscription, revealing a legal system in 900 AD. It has Maui, a trading kingdom known to Chinese chroniclers before most of Europe knew the Pacific existed. The richness of Filipino culture, its oral epics, warrior traditions, script systems, and resistance movements, stands on its own. Tying that identity to foreign scripture doesn't elevate it, it distracts from it. Filipino pride rooted in truth is stronger than any biblical label. History isn't a contest for divine validation. It's a story of human achievement, and the Filipino story is one of the most resilient and vibrant in Asia. That's worth celebrating, without the need for Eden myths or Solomonic speculation. The idea that the Philippines is Ophir may feel empowering, but good history isn't built on emotional appeal. It's built on testable evidence, verified context, and cross-disciplinary consensus. When a theory relies on medieval symbolism, missionary speculation, misread biology, and misunderstood artificial intelligence, it risks turning history into fantasy. And when we anchor identity in unverified myth, we miss the chance to appreciate the power of the real story. Filipino heritage doesn't need to be borrowed from the Bible to matter. It already matters. From ancient maritime trade to revolutionary heroes, from unique languages to surviving colonization, the Philippines has a past worth honoring, on its own terms. The truth may not always sparkle like legend, but it's strong, enduring, and real. And real pride, like real history, doesn't need to be borrowed. It just needs to be told.